Hey y'all, welcome back to another reading vlog. I'm Jordan, this is Books with Brushu. I like to drink coffee and read books. Thank you for tuning in to my summer reading vlog. I've got some really good books that I am excited to read and talk to you guys about. So before we jump into my summer reading TBR, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel for some more fun bookish content that I always have coming your way. Let's jump into my summer reading TBR for this reading vlog. I will be reading 3 books. The first one, which I have already started actually, is Every Summer After by Carley Fortune. This happens to be the Homey and Homely Book Club book for the month, which is one of the Fable book clubs that I am in. And it just so happens that the show based on this book is releasing, I think today actually. So that's exciting. And it's just happenstance, I guess, that these books were both, or that this book was chosen. I have been wanting to read some Carley Fortune books, and this is the first one that I've ever read. We are introduced to our main female character, and her name is Persephone. And her friends call her Percy. This is a dual timeline where it's told in her point of view and you get past and present timelines. So in the past timeline, you are following Percy while she goes to her and her parents' summer cabin, and she meets Sam and Charlie, who are her neighbors. And Sam is the same age as she is, and of course they develop a friendship and then eventually a romantic relationship. You also follow Percy in the present timeline where she is, I think, 30 years old, and she gets a call from Charlie about some really sad family news, and she ends up going back to their lake town where they used to have their summer cabin. She talks about how her and Sam kind of had a falling out, but we're not, at least where I'm at in the book, we don't know what the falling out was. We don't know what happened with them. So far, I think in the past timeline, they're about 15. We're slowly getting their relationship in the past and how their relationship started as friends when they were 13 years old and how it grew into something else, and trying to find out in the present timeline what exactly happened in the past, that they're no longer speaking to each other and they haven't for many, many years, and if they're going to be able to resolve their issues. That is where I'm at in Every Summer After by Carley Fortune. The other 2 books that I am going to be reading for this video are Don't Marry Him by Jay Sterling. This is the 6th book in her Fun for the Holidays series. And this is a series that I am slowly working my way through every month of this year. And each of these short romance novellas are centered around seasons or events that encompass that month. So June is a very popular wedding month. So this book, I'm assuming, takes place at a wedding or around wedding season, something like that. I will be listening to that short novella. And then I've also got A Cross-Country Wedding by Courtney Walsh. And this is the 2nd book in the Road Trip Romance series. And as far as I know, it's only those 2 books in the series, or at least thus far. I read the first book at Christmas. In A Cross-Country Wedding, we are following the main character from the first book in the series, her best friend. So Lauren and Will from A Cross-Country Christmas are actually getting married in this 2nd book. So the main female character in this book is Lauren's best friend, and she is looking for a date to Lauren and Will's wedding. It happens to be a cross-country wedding because they fell in love on a cross-country Christmas little road trip that they took. That will be the 3rd and final book that I will be reading for this reading vlog. 2 of them happen to center around weddings, which is just happenstance, just turned out that way. I hope you will enjoy this reading vlog. I will check back in once I have more of an update on Every Summer After. All right, let's do an update on Every Summer After. I am now 75% into this audiobook and I am absolutely loving it, you guys. I am loving it. Sam and Percy's relationship has continued to develop in both their teenage years and their grown-up years. In their teenage years, they've finally admitted that they have feelings for each other and they finally kissed each other for real and they're actually a couple. So they're together, they're a couple. Percy has her driver's license and so she is going back and forth between Toronto and the cabin to see Sam. They go up for all the holidays. They're together and it's super freaking cute. Then in the present timeline where they're older, I mean, it's obvious that they still have feelings for each other. They are very, very attracted to each other. Some things kind of happen between them. Sam comes over to her hotel, takes her out to the lake, and you know, they just get a little carried away with some stuff, but it's super cute. I'm absolutely loving it. I cannot wait to find out what Percy actually did so that they didn't see each other for 12 years after that. I still don't know what she did, so I'm hoping to obviously find out soon. I am super loving this book, so I will check back in when I have another update. Okay, here for a quick update. So I am 88% of the way through Every Summer After, and y'all, it is getting good. I mean, it's always been good, but it's like really getting down to like the nitty gritty of what Percy did and what happened. We found out a part of it. Like what happened, but we don't know why it happened. I'm very intrigued and I think I kind of know what might be going on, and it's kind of fucked up. It's still getting both timelines and I'm really, really enjoying it, super loving it. And I'm about to go start yard work, so I'm definitely gonna finish the audiobook while I'm out there. So I wanted to come in and give you guys a quick update before I actually finish the book and let you know that I found out what exactly happened, just not quite the reasoning behind it. So since I am going to go do yard work, I will finish Every Summer After and I will start Don't Marry Him by Jay Sterling. This is book 6 in her Fun for the Holidays series, which is a series of short novellas, and so I will go ahead and start that one. I really enjoyed the first 3 in this series. And then books 4 and 5 have just been kind of okay for me. I haven't totally loved them. So we'll see if this picks back up or if it's another one that's just kind of so-so. So we'll see how that goes. But I will be starting that while I'm out doing yard work because it's going to take me a couple hours to do the yard work today. But that is it for my update. I will check back in once I have finished yard work and I've showered and washed my hair because my hair is also kind of icky. All right, success. I finished my yard work. I washed my hair. If you couldn't tell, it's now looks nicer and is curly. While I was doing yard work, I did finish Every Summer After, and you guys, it was so cute. I really, really liked it. I was right about what I guessed. I was definitely right, which it was kind of obvious. The whole thing wasn't obvious, just, you know, parts of it. So I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story, and now I cannot wait to watch the TV show. So I gave Every Summer After 4 stars, so definitely recommend. And then I did start Don't Marry Him by Jay Sterling. And since it's only a 3-hour audiobook, I am 63% of the way through. I'm 2 of the 3 hours into the book because it's so short and I was doing a lot of yard work. I am liking this one a lot better than the previous 2. This one has a mob element. So we are introduced to our main female character, Dove, and the main male character, Dominic. And the first scene that we see in the book is them two having a meeting, and she is asking him to stand up on her wedding day and object to the marriage. And we slowly find out why. So Dove and Dominic have been in a relationship since high school. For some reason, she abruptly broke off the relationship and then very quickly got with his best friend or one of his close friends, and they immediately got engaged and then planned their wedding date. And it's all very suspicious, and the whole town is wondering why this is happening. Why is she marrying this other guy when she is very clearly in love with Dominic? We're getting a little bit behind the scenes of why she is being blackmailed into marrying this guy, some political things that are going on, and some mob slash mafia involvement ties that are going on. It definitely has an element that the other books haven't had so far, so I'm enjoying this one much more. I only have an hour left in the audiobook, so I will finish that pretty quickly, but I am enjoying Don't Marry Him more than the previous two, so I'm really happy about that. So I will check back in once I am finished with that book, which won't be too terribly much longer. so nice and peaceful out here. I feel like I can't talk loud. I feel like I have to be really quiet. I did finish Don't Marry Him by Jay Sterling, and I liked this one better than the previous two, as I had suspected. I really liked the like mafia element to it, so I really enjoyed that. But the ending, I mean, it was a novella, so you expect it to kind of be fast, but the ending just like, everything just worked out. It just happened to work out and everything was fine. So, you know, the ending wasn't the greatest, but it was, you know, a short romance novella, and I enjoyed this one better than the previous two because it was a little bit different, so that's good. I started A Cross-Country Wedding by Courtney Walsh last night, and I am now about 100 pages into it, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So this is the second book in the cross-country romance series. The first one I read at Christmas time, and it's called A Cross-Country Christmas, and it's about Lauren and Will. Will is Lauren's brother's best friend, and they end up doing a cross-country road trip and fall in love along the way. And of course, Lauren had been in love with her brother's best friend for like, I don't know, 15 years or something. In this one, we are following Maddie, who is Lauren's best friend. Lauren and Maddie were college roommates. The main male character is Simon, and they all met Simon in college, and Simon and Lauren had ended up doing a group project together, and that's how Simon met Maddie. Simon is really introverted, nerdy, very shy, likes things a certain way, very particular about things. Maddie is the opposite. She's very loud. She's the fun one, messy. He calls her a slob, like to her face. You know, she's not tidy. She just likes things everywhere. So they're like polar opposites. But Simon has been in love with her since they met in college, which was 10 years ago. So in this book, we're getting a dual timeline, 10 years ago and then present day. So in present day, they are on a road trip together because Lauren and Will are getting married along this road trip that they've done several times between California and Illinois. So along the way at these different stops, they're like saying part of their vows or something. And so Maddie, as the maid of honor, is going with, and she was going to take her boyfriend of the month with her, and they ended up breaking up. So she asked Simon to go with her. Simon's like her crutch. He is always there for her when she needs something. Whenever she breaks up with a boy or the boy breaks up with her, she runs to Simon and cries, and you know, he takes care of her and blah blah. So honestly, she kind of takes advantage of him, and she's not really a good friend to him. He's always there for her, and she just, it's basically whenever it's convenient for her that she is there for him, or like goes to see him or whatever. I don't love how she treats him, but they just started the road trip, and so she's slowly starting to realize that she might have feelings for Simon, but she's confused by it because for the last 10 years she's apparently never thought about him that way. Which is just astonishing to me. That just doesn't make any sense, but okay, sure. How you could not think of somebody who's attractive and smart and successful as attractive in the last 10 years that you've known him, I just don't get it, so we'll see. But I'm enjoying it so far, 100 pages in, which is about 25% into the book, so I guess this book is 400 pages long? That's kind of a lot. So we'll see, but I am liking it so far. Okay, so I've got a little bit of an update for you here. Yes, I am in front of my new revamped bookshelves. That video is coming in a couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. But I have an update for you on A Cross-Country Wedding. So I am now about 50% of the way through it. We're barely into the road trip. I mean, barely into the road trip. I think they're on the first night. Like, they haven't finished the first night yet. The main female character, she's very outgoing and very energetic, and she's like the fun one. And then you have the main male character, Simon, who is very quiet and introverted and doesn't like to go places and likes to be by himself. This is kind of reminding me of Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. But if the main male character were still with his ex-girlfriend, who was the fun one, the energetic one, who was always making him go do stuff that he didn't want to do. The book isn't portraying it as Maddie is making him going to do this stuff that he doesn't want to do. but at the same time, she keeps telling him to like chill and like loosen up and blah blah, which yeah, I get. Like sometimes that can be a good thing, and then other times you just want to be left alone. So I feel sometimes like she's kind of pressuring him to do things that he doesn't necessarily want to do, but he doesn't think that way in his head, so it's really me like thinking that. So I don't know, but I am enjoying it. They are starting to like more admit their feelings, not to each other, but like to themselves. They're starting to flirt and like really banter back and forth, like flirty bantering back and forth. So it's really cute. And I am liking it so far. I wonder how far into the road trip that they're gonna get before they like actually do something. So very curious, but I'm enjoying the book and I will check back in with you later. Okay, final update for this summer reading vlog. Last night I did finish A Cross-Country Wedding and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was adorable. I enjoyed both of our main characters. I enjoyed the road trip that they went on. And also that part didn't feel repetitive. I read the first book at Christmas, and so I didn't really remember all of the exact stops that they made, so that part did not feel repetitive to me at all. I enjoyed them slowly, or at least Maddie slowly realizing her feelings for Simon, and then both slowly like starting to flirt with each other and just take it a little step further each day. So that was really, really cute. Just the different circumstances that happened on the road trip. The only thing I didn't love was Maddie constantly doubting herself or saying that she wasn't good enough for Simon, which I understood like at the beginning why she kept saying that, but even like towards the end she kept saying that even though Simon kept telling her that it wasn't true. That part just kind of got a bit old, but it wasn't too terribly bad. But I really enjoyed this book. I thought the ending wrapped up really fast because they barely had gotten together, and then the epilogue, and that was it. So it wasn't any of their relationship when they were actually together. Like they didn't actually get together until the very end of the book. The whole story was about them like slowly realizing their feelings for each other and falling in love and all of that. So it wasn't their actual relationship. I still enjoyed it. Definitely worth the read. And I finished a series, but I gave A Cross-Country Wedding 4 stars. Thank you for watching this summer reading vlog. If you made it this far, please put a sun emoji in the comments. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.